I have seen students in the US pursue multiple forms of art. They learn music, they learn dance, and I hear you also have similar background, some experience in music, and of course dance. How has the multiple talents helped you, and how you have used in your Kathak journey?
Yeah, no, I think the example I will talk about here is definitely Nari. Nari has by far been one of the most significant milestones for us at Kalaa Kendra, Nari being the journey of a woman, a stage production, right? At this point in our school, many dancers had matured over time. We had solid staff, and I knew this was the right time to start thinking about a big production. But that is when it all started. We said, hey, we are an all-woman team. How cool would it be to celebrate the journey of a woman, right? That is when all these multifaceted skills or talents help somewhere, right? And I'd always wanted to do an in-house production, not just homegrown choreographies, but also music, lyrics, basically everything from concept to production should be homegrown. That was my thing. And you're right, that is where that those multifaceted skills, if you have a background in music, use it. If you have a background in other skills that goes towards making a production within stage, design, I that is where I feel, like you said, students these days have those parallel skills, but we need to put them to good use. Whether it is for a production towards dance or whether it is for something different, right? But I remember after penning that initial concept, we went back, we found the right musician team, the lyricist was my mom doing it herself. And then we started recording. We did 19 studio recording sessions back in India. And I'll tell you, that was one of the most fulfilling experiences ever, because that is where I felt everything was coming together. The music, the background that I have, it came together. The project management skills that we've built over time. That's what, again, I keep telling my girls. It is, you learn a lot of these life skills. And you can use it later for whatever you want to do in life, right? I learned a lot about various instruments, the music layering, the mixing technology, the recording technology. Because suddenly now think about it, we're all in the same room. There's a lot of innovation and improvisation on the fly that's happening. And then, of course, once the music was ready, the next step was to work on the choreography. So we took it back all in. We worked with costume designers, prop managers, stage design folks. It was teamwork at its best, and it was a grand presentation with 70 artists on stage at once in the form of 7 acts that we presented it. But again, I'll go back to the fact that um, it is not just about talking about the journey of the woman, but also the message that it gave around gender parity. So, but the way it all came about was because of all these skills. Not just me, but everyone else brought in their talent, and we performed together on stage. So up until now, I mean, even these different acts, we present it as a whole Nari, but we also present these separate acts as individual acts in some showcases that we've done.